Yale Rep through November the 2nd is the premiere of a show called Falcon Girls. This is a coming-of-age true story in the 1990s in Colorado about 6 teenage girls, friends. And there's a lot jammed into this story, including horses who save their lives and a serial killer. My guest is critically acclaimed playwright, TV writer, and filmmaker Hilary Bettis. Hilary, so glad to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so intrigued.
Yes.
The elevator pitch for this play, give me that.
The elevator pitch, oh goodness. It's a story about it's a story about a new girl who moves to a town, wants to be part of the horse judging team, and does everything in her power to try to fit in. And then we also follow the lives of the other 6 girls that are involved in the team.
How does the serial killer come into this?
There was a real serial killer in this town at that time.
In Colorado.
In Colorado, who had murdered one of the girls at the school, one of the classmates, one of the real girls really did live in the house. And so it was always this this unanswered presence that sort of haunted the town. But that story is really through the lens of these kids that don't have the language for the very big adult topics that they're all grappling with. And I think one of the big themes in the play is violence against women and misogyny, and how do these kids find their humanity? How do they find their resilience? How do they find joy in the midst of this almost oppressive environment that they don't have the language for, and yet they have to figure out how to survive and navigate.
When it opened at the Yale Rep, what were your thoughts? Here it is, it's on the stage.
You know, it's so vulnerable and it's so personal, and I feel like I usually, in everything I write, have a little bit more of a you know, objective 10,000-foot view, ability to see the whole thing. And this, because it's so personal and it's so emotional for me, that it's kind of terrifying. It's really terrifying.
Why did you become a writer? Did it start as a little kid?
It started as a little kid, yeah. I mean, I think for me, writing was a way to process the world. And you know, I'm the only girl in a family of boys. We moved a lot. We lived in these really rural, isolated places. We lived in Colorado. And then halfway through my freshman year of high school, we moved again to rural Minnesota.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. And so I felt from a very young age that I was always the new kid, that it was really difficult to form relationships because you would move again, and it was so hard at such a young age that I almost didn't want to get attached to people. And so writing and horses became my 2 salvations. But I never really thought about being a writer. I never thought this was like something people do as a profession until my 20s.
Well done, and you're critically acclaimed. You've got a lot in the hopper right now. As we leave you, what else is coming in your life, in your writings?
I am currently working on a TV show right now, an Apple show. I don't think I can talk much about it because Apple has lots of NDAs.
But look for it soon.
But look for it soon.
You can't give us titles.
It'll come out next year, yeah. I've got a couple of TV shows in development. I have something at Peacock that Becky G's starring in. I have something at Amazon. And then I have several play commissions, and I've been working on a musical for about 2 years with the Grammy-winning composer Julio Reyes Coppola, who is like an absolute genius, and he's like, you know, Mark Anthony and J-Lo and so many of like the formidable, like the incredible Latin pop stars of this generation. He has produced and composed for them.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Must come back
I would love to
reveal the secrets. Hilary, thank you so much.
Of course, my pleasure.
You bet. And if you'd like to know more about Falcon Girls on stage at the Yale Rep, go to WTNH.com or the News 8 app. So Falcon Girls is about her. She's you know, she's not physically on stage, but it is about her and her life and moving around and these gals. And you know, for those of you who want to be writers, she has become very successful very quickly, just writing out her thoughts and her life. And so look for her name, Hilary Bettis. There's a lot of stuff coming from her.
Must be great to have those creative ideas and see them come to life on the stage and on the screen.
Yeah, and she's married to an actor too, so she said, you should see our household. I'm writing and he's acting.
Busy woman.
Yes.
Creativity. Yeah, we'll be